Friends, today I present to you a list of older men younger women relationship movies and TV shows. So subscribe now and enjoy this video. At number 10, One Wild Moment. It is a 2015 French comedy-drama film directed by Jean-François Richet. It is a remake of the 1977 film Un Moment d'Égarement, directed by Claude Berry. Two friends bring their daughters with them on a beach vacation and find themselves in an awkward situation. A remake of the 1977 film Un Moment d'Égarement. At number 9, Lolita. In early adolescence, Humbert fell hopelessly and tragically in love with a girl his own age, and, as he grew into adulthood, he never lost his obsession with nymphets, teenagers who walk a fine line between being a girl and a woman. While looking for a place to live after securing a new teaching position, he meets Charlotte Hayes, Melanie Griffith, a pretentious and annoying woman who seems desperately lonely and is obviously attracted to Humbert. Humbert pays her little mind until he meets her 13-year-old daughter Lolita, Dominique Swain, the image of the girl that Humbert once loved. Humbert moves into the Hayes home as a boarder and eventually marries Charlotte in order to be closer to Lolita. When Charlotte finds out about Humbert's attraction to her daughter, she flees the house in a rage, only to be killed in an auto accident. Without telling Lolita of her mother's fate, Humbert takes her on a cross-country auto trip, where their relationship begins to move beyond. It is a 1997 drama film directed by Adrian Lyne and written by Stephen Schiff. At number 8, The Lover. It is a 1992 erotic drama film produced by Claude Berry and directed by Jean-Jacques Annaud. Based on the semi-autobiographical 1984 novel by Marguerite Duras, the film details the illicit affair between a teenage French girl and a wealthy Chinese man in 1929 French Indochina. It is French colonial Vietnam in 1929. A young French girl from a family that is having some monetary difficulties is returning to boarding school. She is alone on public transportation when she catches the eye of a wealthy Chinese businessman. He offers her a ride into town in the back of his chauffeured sedan, and sparks fly. Can the torrid affair that ensues between them overcome the class restrictions and social mores of that time? Based on the semi-autobiographical novel by Marguerite Duras. At number 7, The Diary of a Teenage Girl. A teen artist living in 1970s San Francisco enters into an affair with her mother's boyfriend. It is a 2015 American comedy-drama film written and directed by Marielle Heller, based on the hybrid novel of the same name by Phoebe Gloeckner. At number 6, Young and Beautiful. It is a 2013 French erotic drama film directed by François Ozon and produced by Eric and Nicolas Altmaier. French teenager Isabelle is spending her summer holiday with her middle-class family in the south of France and decides to lose her virginity with German teenager Felix. Then she returns to Paris with her mother Sylvie, her stepfather Patrick and her younger brother Victor. Then Isabelle works as a call girl using the nickname Lee, meeting old men. She feels affection for her client Georges that is married with a daughter. When Georges dies from a heart attack while having sex with Isabelle in a hotel, she flees but the police investigate and identify her. The detectives in charge of the investigation disclose to Sylvie, who is devastated. Written by Claudio Carvalho, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. The film stars Maureen Vacht in the leading role of Isabelle, a teenage prostitute, and features supporting performances by Johan Layson, Geraldine Palas, Frederick Pierrot, and Charlotte Rampling. At number 5, Autumn in New York. 48-year-old Will Keane is a successful restaurateur and serial womanizer, his reputation generally preceding him. When he is introduced to 22-year-old Charlotte Fielding by Charlotte's grandmother, Will's old friend Dolly, who he has not seen in years, there is a mutual but slow-to-acknowledge attraction. After their first date, Will and Charlotte agree that their relationship will never progress to one of a long-term standing, but for different reasons. While this is Will's somewhat standard modus operandi, Charlotte announces that she has a terminal heart condition. Charlotte's admission makes Will look at this relationship differently. He is told by his best friend John that if he is going to continue to date Charlotte that he better treat her well. Their relationship does end up being different than both expect, for Charlotte, which could mean a change from her current "let me die in peace" attitude to want to fight for her life. It is a 2000 American romantic drama film directed by Joan Chen and starring Richard Gere, Winona Ryder, and Anthony LaPaglia. At number 4, Sorry If I Call You Love. It is a 2014 Spanish romance film directed by Joaquin Lamas. A successful, attractive, intelligent and brilliant advertising executive is longing to finally find emotional stability in his life and decides to propose to his girlfriend. After she refuses his proposal, his life takes a turn when a new young lady enters his life. At number 3, An Education is a 2009 coming-of-age drama film based on a memoir of the same name by British journalist Lynn Barber. In the early 1960s, 16-year-old Jenny Mellor, Carey Mulligan, lives with her parents in the London suburb of Twickenham. On her father Jack's, Alfred Molina's, wishes, everything that Jenny does is in the sole pursuit of being accepted into Oxford, as he wants her to have a better life than him. Jenny is bright, pretty, hardworking, but also naturally gifted. The only problems her father may perceive in her life is her issue with learning Latin, and her dating a boy named Graham, Matthew Beard, who is nice, but socially awkward. Jenny's life changes after she meets David Goldman, Peter Sarsgaard, a man over twice her age. David goes out of his way to show Jenny and her family that his interest in her is not improper and that he wants solely to expose her to cultural activities which she enjoys. Jenny quickly gets accustomed to the life to which David and his constant companions, Danny, Dominic Cooper, and Helen, Rosamund Pike, have shown her, and Jenny and David's. The film was directed by Lonesher Fig from a screenplay by Nick Hornby, and it stars Carey Mulligan as Jenny, a bright schoolgirl, and Peter Sarsgaard as David, the charming con man who seduces her. At number 2, American Beauty. It is a 1999 American drama film written by Alan Ball and directed by Sam Mendes, in his feature directorial debut. After his death sometime in his 43rd year, suburbanite Lester Burnham tells of the last few weeks of his life, during which he had no idea of his imminent passing. He is a husband to real estate agent Carolyn Burnham and father to high school student Janie Burnham. Although Lester and Carolyn once loved each other, they now merely tolerate each other. Typical wallflower Janie too hates both her parents, the three who suffer individually in silence in their home life. Janie tries to steer clear of both her parents. Carolyn, relatively new to the real estate business, wants to create the persona of success to further her career, she aspiring to the professional life of Buddy Kane, the king of the real estate business in their neighborhood. Lester merely walks mindlessly through life, including at his job in advertising. His company is downsizing, and he, like all the other employees, has to justify his position to the newly hired efficiency expert to keep his job. At number 1, The Oranges. In conservative West Orange, New Jersey, the Ostroff and Walling families are very close. David Walling and Terry Ostroff are inseparable best friends and run together every day. David has problems with his wife, Paige. He frequently sleeps alone in his office. Their daughter, Vanessa, is frustrated because she has not succeeded in her career as a designer. Their son, Toby, is moving to China on a temporary assignment. Terry's wife, Kathy, ignores him. Their daughter Nina moved to San Francisco 5 years ago. Near Thanksgiving, Nina's boyfriend Ethan betrays her at his birthday party and Nina returns to her parents' house. Nina argues with her mother and draws closer to David. Soon they have an affair and fall in love, turning the lives of the people close to them upside down. It is a 2011 American romantic comedy drama directed by Julian Farino and starring Hugh Laurie, Leighton Meester, Catherine Keener, Oliver Platt, Allison Janney, Alia Shawkat, and Adam Brody. So subscribe now for the next video.